Face your fears in a nightmarish landscape, all while unraveling a deep and sometimes oddly relatable story. Noxia Somnia sees you play as Tristan, a down-on-his-luck university dropout who is trapped in a land filled with evil spirits, all using his deepest, darkest fears and anxieties to try and take his soul. In this video, we'll be giving a full review of the game and ranking it from lukewarm to fully chilled. This is something we do regularly here at the Indie Brew, so make sure to subscribe to the channel for more indie game content. Without further ado, let's grind this game down and see how it brews. Noxia Somnia tells the tale of Tristan, a university dropout stuck in an endless loop of cafeteria work, dealing with regret and mental health issues within his life. After being trapped in a nightmarish dreamscape, you must fight through the well-crafted stages to defeat powerful entities, face your fears, and attempt to escape back to the real world. Noxia Somnia's story is well-crafted and really immerses you into the past and present of our hero. Seeing flashbacks of Tristan's life distorted and over-exaggerated helps relate the feelings of fear and anxiety Tristan is currently going through. It creates a need for the player to push forward, facing one fear at a time. Overall, the story of this game is dark and gritty with a few twists and turns to keep you guessing along the way. I found myself wanting more after each dialogue section and questioning more after each boss encounter. And so for the story, I'm rating Noxia Somnia as fully chilled. Noxia Somnia is a 2D side-scrolling survival horror adventure that sees you solve a range of different puzzles, defeating themed enemies and avoiding the main boss who is always looking for you. Running it between 4 to 6 hours depending on how you like to play, Noxia Somnia will keep you wanting more throughout the whole playthrough. Using items that you have picked up and upgraded weapons, the puzzling system feels fresh but familiar, incorporating electrical features, fetch quests, NPCs, and portals to completely different dimensions. I was able to figure out my next step with very little help needed. The combat is your standard 2D side-scroller system with a main weapon doing all the hard work, and small upgrades that help in specific situations. I did enjoy the roll mechanic, which gave a good amount of invincibility frames, and I felt that some of the boss fights would have been a lot less reasonable without this. The perks in the form of the Fallen Souls give great upgrades that I feel made a massive difference when equipped, especially the Soul of Vigor. The health regen was insane. One of the main and unique game mechanics of Noxia Somnia is the anxiety bar, which fills when major enemies are near or when Tristan is left in the dark for too long. And let me tell you, when that heartbeat starts pumping and you know the boss is coming, the sense of dread you feel is intense. Overall, Noxia Somnia had a good mixture of familiar and unique mechanics which were linked well to progression and overall story. I rarely found myself wishing for more, and if I did, I would just go and buy a new item or upgrade and I was all set. Although very reminiscent of similar 2D side-scrollers of the same vein, the smaller, more unique features, like the anxiety meter, made it feel fresh and well thought out. And for this, I'm rating gameplay as slightly chilled. The overall design of Noxia Somnia was fantastic. The pixel art, soundscape, character design, and atmosphere worked extremely well with each other and portrayed a range of different atmospheric feelings precisely when it needed to. The enemy design was eerie and usually linked with either the level's main fear or the level's overall layout. One of the key features of the enemy design was the sound of the boss. In the first level, hearing the scissors click as the boss gets near really enhanced the feeling of fear I'm sure Tristan was going through. With stunning level design, a great soundtrack, and detailed 2D character models, Noxia Somnia creates an immersive nightmare environment that stays fresh throughout the whole game. And for this, I'm rating design as fully chilled. Although similar to other games in the 2D side-scrolling style, Noxia Somnia tries really hard to set itself apart, and I personally think it does a good job. With new mechanics in the form of the anxiety meter and completely unique and very personal storyline, Noxia Somnia provides a great experience of this well-loved gaming genre. The main standout for the originality comes in the form of the storytelling. This game touches on some very relatable mental health struggles and was told in a way that didn't trigger certain response mechanics from me, but made me excited to see the outcome of the situation. Overall, Noxia Somnia provided a familiar story structure with some unique new themes, a well-thought-out combat system that was easy to adapt to, and a much-loved old-school graphic style that has had a personal touch attached to it. And for this, I'm rating Originality as slightly chilled. With multiple twists and turns, the adventure of Tristan through this nightmare and fear dreamscape is a great addition to the survival horror genre, and definitely worth picking up and playing for yourself. So we've ground the beans, we've carefully weighed and pressed the grinds, and brewed this game down, and now it's time for a taste test. Noxia Somnia is slightly chilled. Noxia Somnia is available on Steam now, and you can find the link in the description below. And that's where we're going to wrap up this review video. If you're looking for more indie game recommendations, click right here. And until next time, keep chilled and stay caffeinated.